I'm going to read is about memories of and travels in the ex-Yugoslavia. And it's dedicated to the memory of my dad, who's the man who gave me a love of travel and wonky elbows. Buying cigarettes in Montenegro, the smell of dust and cypresses, and the bored vendor shimmering gently in the heat waves. He is chewing gum. He does not look pleased to see me. Spread out on the makeshift table in front of him are lots of packets of cigarettes. He spits the gum in the dust and asks, "Do you want the ones with the obituary or without?" The obituary in question is the warning label, and its presence or absence on packets of cigarettes indicates where they were smuggled in from. Russian Church, Belgrade, Orthodox Christmas, January 1984. The other children and I are linking hands. We form a line, and the child leading holds the Christmas star. Earlier, we had been coerced into reciting poetry, and now we dance. We snake around the tree, holding hands and singing, Hrista Slava, which is the glory of the Christ. Winter in Belgrade. The snow turns the street white, transforming the town briefly into a cleaner, more magical version of itself. In this secret town, I wade through the drifts and leave a trail that vanishes as quickly as the breadcrumbs Hansel and Gretel scattered through the wood. The inside of a wave, Sveti Stefan, 1988. The sea has eaten me, swept me up, swallowed me in one big gulp. I'm in the belly of a wave. I know I should be scared, but I'm not. It is perfectly calm here, infinitely blue. I am in the sea's womb, enclosed in a perfect pocket of space. A hospital, October 1989. A window, a piece of sky, tall dark trees, the last glimpse of a dark-haired man in a hospital room through the shutting of the door. NATO bombing, 1999. Sometimes it rains ash, and the ash covers the streets like snow. The only thing worse than knowing exactly what has been hit is the not knowing anything at all. The only thing worse than being there is being safe when everyone you love isn't. I'm drinking vodka. I'm eating fire. The color of my grief is also gaudy red, like bombs and jagged wounds. Views from a train crossing Skylar Lake, October 2003. The window is stained, but I've learned not to dwell on a question such as when it was last washed, or what the origin of the puddle on the floor is. It's the first time I've made this trip as an adult, without the company of my mother or grandmother. As such, I treasure it as something wholly mine. The hills are threaded with mist. For a moment, when the sun struck the autumn leaves, it seemed as though the hills were on fire, with the mist rising off them like smoke. Skadar is an expanse of blue and green, colonized in parts by the lilies and marsh grasses. Summer. Wheat olives and white cheese and thick slices of wholemeal bread. The whole world is sleepy with sunlight. A cat has curled itself around my neck, purring. Belgrade, a highway. Rolled down car windows and the tooting of horns. Get a move on, motherfucker! Fuck your mother, fuck yours. The song of drivers accompanied by graceful hand gestures. Rain. A summer storm to end the drought. The smell of wet stone. The shelter of the doorway. My wet hair. The light coalescing on the cheekbones of the man I am with. 2004. The night before leaving for London again. Wine. Music. A mix of nostalgia and rock and roll on the radio. When would he come back? I don't know. When I can. A lull, a silence, bittersweet. Occasional cars passing on the street outside. The scent of night flowers and linden in bloom.